Don't blink, kiss your blink. Welcome to Welcome to the show. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day on the 25th of October, 2024. Um, I was planning to make this video yesterday, or the day before. See, I told you guys about last week, right? About Dragon Ball. This is not a sad video. You saw by the title, right? And this is a thank you note to one of the people that really shaped me, and that person is Adam Sandler. Plain and simple. The reason why we're doing this is actually quite simple. Last week I met a girl. She rocked my world, but she was like, "It's weird. Like we were born in the same, not the same year, but like I think we have like 2 years difference. But we were both born in the '90s, and she was like, we were born around the same time, and when it comes to the '90s, you don't really talk about them." When she watched the video, which I'm very grateful for. And I was like, you know what? She's right. I talk a lot about the manga and anime. That's my little Lily. That's my little geeky side. But the reality is, I do not talk enough about the. I do not talk enough about the '90s, and I don't know if it has something to do with the fact that I had a tough childhood. I don't know if it's because I had a childhood that I'd rather forget. But you see, I talk a lot about animes, and the animes are when I came into the apartment. A lot of the things that I talk about is when I come to the apartment. The thing that happened before the apartment, I wouldn't talk about it, and I don't know why. So, yes, this is a thank you letter to Mrs. Sandler's Adam Sandler, but it's also me making a conscious effort into being okay with the past. And that's the thing. So if you're listening to what I'm saying, a lot of people are gonna say repressed memories. A lot of people are gonna say that okay, well, you dealt with some shit when you were younger, and because you dealt with some shit because you were younger, then your brain needs that to your brain needs to forget. So it's still core memories, but your brain that's not remembering shit. It's just telling you, okay, we're gonna protect you. Amazing, fucking great. Shit. Mm. The thing is, when I look at my childhood, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I had amazing parents, and I had a good childhood. I feel like. So why am I so repressive of that? Now, another thing, and I know this is like Mr. Sandler's videos, but just like a quick intel, was it because my ADHD doesn't allow me to remember things from that long ago? And I don't know. Anywho, I did a video on Dragon Ball, which was huge for me. I did a video on Pokemon, which was huge for me. I did a video on Bleach, which was huge for me. I did a video of Naruto, which was huge for me. But I almost forgot the rap god himself, Eminem. He was huge for me. And I was like, okay, well, who was also huge for you? And I thought. And a name didn't come up. That name was Adam Sandler. And it didn't come up. Then we're reviewing a lot of movie lately. The thing that I love about reviewing movies is because you watch an hour and a half movie and it's done. Your video is done. I'm fucking watching the Office, recapping the Office, and recapping the Office is phenomenal. I love the Office. However, it is 8th season, okay, of 9 hours. So if you're good in math, that's 72 hours to recap, right? I tend to talk a lot, in case you didn't notice. So that is 72 hours times 1.5, 1.6 ink style. That's a shit ton of time, you know. So for a movie, I'm gonna watch an hour and a half, and I'm gonna do a 20 minutes video, which should be good. And I was watching and it's funny because I was on Netflix, and I don't know why. I personally think, and the fact that this is a video about the past, this is a video about Adam Sandler. It is so poetic, actually, because here I am, 2 minutes and a half ago, talking about how I repressed my childhood, repressed memories. I'm sorry, I gotta eat because I got a busy day. I got a really busy day. And it's not in Jerry, so fuck it. So I watch Netflix, and believe me, when I got Netflix, I started watching Netflix during the pandemic, which was 4 years ago, and I fell in love with it. I really fell in love with it. There was so many shows in my pocket. All I needed, and that is the crazy part. Yes, it's cost money. Yes, but the craziest part, the crazy part is, I always have my phone, either this one or this one. All I need is Netflix, a little bit of Wi-Fi. I can even download shows, and I got a library of show in my phone, which is kind of cool, kind of really cool. And the reality of what we're doing now is very simple. With that amount of movies, like wow, I'll never have too much until you do realize that there's another movie, but there's a shit ton and you don't give a fuck. There's a shit ton that you're never gonna watch. Like, I don't care. And the amount of movie that you actually care about is up to you. Now, here's the secret with Netflix. They don't want you to know this. I'm gonna become a market man after this. Netflix, by putting out shows and promoting certain shows, not promoting certain others, to make sure that the majority of people are watching the same shows. Now, if a majority of people are watching the same shows, there's an event called peer pressure that happens. That peer pressure is everybody saw that show except for me. What am I missing out? You're not even gonna like this show, dude. You're gonna think, subconsciously speaking, of course, that the show is fucking shit. And because the show is shit, why did I watch that? Well, because a lot of people watched it. So then I realized that I kind of fell out of love with Netflix. I was like, well, first of all, you're having too many shows, and instead of keeping some of the shows, you're deleting shows to put some. And now I know what you mean. And you shouldn't keep shows just to keep shows. Should you? Shouldn't you? Because you're keeping a show like Seinfeld, which, don't get me wrong, I love Seinfeld. I absolutely love Seinfeld. I think Seinfeld is one of the funniest comedy in the 80s, 90s. And to God, and to the Torah, I guess, not Jewish, but Seinfeld is extremely funny. But you had a show like Friends, and Friends was not funny. Friends was as good. Seinfeld had been on Netflix for 10 plus years. Friends stayed on Netflix for 2 years. Not complaining, but Friends was the show that carried me through the COVID. Long story short, Netflix isn't a platform that I stayed in love with. Now lately, admittedly, I took a break from Netflix, either from content creation, because I'm content creating a lot, and the second part is, when I came back, they really took a turn, and admittedly, it's not completely, but it's a lot of anime, and I'm an anime guy. I just talk about anime up until time this video, and we did a month of Halloween where I was watching scary movies, right? And the thing with the scary movies is I'm not a scary movie kind of guy. I can appreciate it. I'm not gonna actively go out and look for them. We did that pretty much. Then I start recapping movies. And don't ask me why. 2 weeks ago, I see the movie Big Daddy on Netflix, which is arguably one of my favorite movie. And I haven't watched it in a while. Now, is the movie Big Daddy great? It's good. It's really good. Why am I liking it so much right now? Because it aged wonderfully. It aged so freaking well. But we're not here to talk about Big Daddy, sadly. Then, last week, I watched a movie that I really made me laugh. And that was, I pronounce you Chuck and Larry, which Adam Sandler. And then yesterday we watched Paul Blart. And I realized that out of the whole month of video, and maybe I'm biased because I like Adam Sandler a lot. Maybe I'm biased. But those 4 movies, and it's not like, oh yeah, they were good, but those 4 movies are the most enjoyable movies I saw this month, arguably speaking, last month. And they were all made by the same guy. And I started looking, and Netflix has this Welcome to the Sandlerverse, which is every movie that Sandler ever did, Adam Sandler. And there's some gem in there. There's some real gem. And I realized, and it made me think. It made me think how much this guy meant to me. As a kid, I was born in the 90s, so Adam Sandler was huge, huge, huge. We're talking about a movie like Mr. D, Happy Gilmore, Little Nicky, which is a underrated fucking masterpiece. If you don't believe me, that's your choice, but you're wrong. Cool. And I realized that Adam Sandler did so much for us. Click. How can I forget Click? Click was so good. Click was so good. And it's all from the same guy. Now, I know this video is about Adam Sandler, but that's the thing. There's not much to say about Adam Sandler. This video was a long time me talking about myself, but now I'm talking about Adam Sandler. And that's the beauty of Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler did so much for so many people. Adam Sandler took care of his actor friends for years and years and years and years and years. Adam Sandler made a fortune, okay? But still stay humble. How many times have you seen Adam Sandler walking around, I don't know, New York? I think it's New York, but I'm not sure. How many times have you seen Adam Sandler walk around and being in normal clothes, talking to like a normal person? Being on red carpet in sweatpants and sweatshirt. Not giving a fuck. How many times have you seen Adam Sandler talk like a normal person? How many times did he make you laugh? Also the reason why I do this, I didn't want to talk about it, but let's fuck it. The PDD things, right? It reveals a lot of things about the music industry. And then you had, it reminded us of the Harvey Weinstein incident, what happened years ago, which is like the Me Too movement, which is another bad thing happening in Hollywood. And you realize that those, and I'm sorry to say because it's not a totality, it's not a 100%, it's not a fatality. Oh, if you go in the music, the movie or the music industry, you'll live like that, no fart. And it's kind of disappointing because you're supposed to worship those people, you know? But then you look at it, like, holy shit. The music industry and the movie industry is so bad. Yeah, you got people like Adam Sandler who are able to be part of it, be at the top of it, because he was at the top of it. And still do something good. I have a lot of respect for that guy. The reason why we're doing this video, the reason why I want to say thank you to Adam Sandler is actually very, very simple. We lost also, small thing, but we lost one of the singers of One Direction last week. People were destroyed. See, Adam Sandler, I don't know how old he is. He must be in the age of 60. He must be. I can't believe he isn't. He's not 42, that's for sure. But it's not necessarily about him being a cornerstone of comedy. It's not about him being super kind. It's not about him taking care of his friends in a way that you should take care of yourself. I don't give a fuck if he takes care of his friend. I'll be completely honest. However, if half of us treat our friend like he treat is, be a happier place. See? And see, I have a hard time filming a video on my balcony. I'm at the 5th floor. There's a dude with his music. Might be some good music for him, but it's not for everybody. Common sense. The reason why we're so grateful for Adam Sandler is no scandals. Never been involved into something bad. Never did something that made the bad that was good enough for us to be like, holy shit, let's cancel this guy. And it's really hard. It's really, really hard. And then you look at his friends. Rob Schneider, arguably an asshole, but again, no scandal. David Spade, arguably an asshole, but then again, no scandal. Kevin James, arguably what? You're right, yet no scandals. He was able to go in a business and make some friends that were just like him. Good people. People are complaining that Adam Sandler is always using the same actors. You've been working with the same people for 30 years. That's a pro. That's a plus. That's something to be proud of. Again, no scandal whatsoever. That is bigger than the career itself. See, I was talking about Liam Payne was the One Direction singer that died, who marked a generation. That's great. Thank you, Liam. Wasn't a fan of One Direction, but thank you. But and it isn't so much how you acted at the top. It's how you acted after the top. I mean, it's a nightmare maintaining a legacy. I'm talking about Eminem too. Eminem is also a person that suffered a lot. He was Marshall Matter for 30 years. Nobody gave a shit. Then he became Eminem. People started listening to him. Then he went to the top and lost it all. That's when he became Slim Shady. Slim Shady was a character of pain. I'm going through shit, and here you go. Here's why. Here's how I feel. And then he healed. He became Marshall Matter once again. But nobody wanted it Marshall Matter. People wanted Eminem. Celebrity fame fucks people up. Really does. See, we're talking about, and I'm gonna hate it for that, but I don't care. One of the biggest thing right now are streamers. Streamers are the biggest thing. Look at that. Look at Speed. There's the two of the good one guy. Guy is super kind. Speed super kind. Then look at people like Neon. Look at people like Fusi. Look at people like Neon, Fusi. You look at people like Jack Doherty. What fucking name? Those were assholes. And maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me wanting a being old school. Okay. Or maybe it's just the end of an era. But if the era was ending, then I was part of it. And if the era was ending, at least we had star bearer or flag bearer like Adam Sandler. With Adam, I'm thankful. Of course, I'm thankful for what he did for the industry. Of course, I'm thankful. Of course, I'm thankful for what he did for a lot of people. Of course. But the legacy he left, and I'm going to repeat myself, but not necessarily the legacy he left only, but he was able to leave a legacy and maintain that legacy. Did he do some bad stuff? Maybe. Did he do some bad stuff? More likely than not. But it wasn't bad enough to make for people to be like, holy shit, this guy's a monster. In my book, that makes you a good person. Anywho, thank you, Sandler. Thank you, Adam, for years of laughter and a role model I could follow.